Good morning, Sunday, May the 19th or the 20th. It's one of them two. We're going to our usual round. Let's see what we encounter on this hopefully quiet, but most likely not quiet Sunday. Sundays around me are never quiet. It's the same charade, cars, people, everything. So you'll notice maybe a tiny bit less people, but sometimes it's exactly the same. Even though some of the stores are still closed, you'll see people around me. They take advantage of the open stores, so they make it look like, well, there's something open, that's why there's people. We're nice and cool and calm. They already got the radio on here loud so I can hear it. Every single neighbor in the building has been played out with the cops gang stalking now for a while, for years. You know, that's why I bump into a lot of them every time I leave the building. I don't usually hang out around the building. I just leave and come back. I end up bumping into half of them on my way out and the other half on my way back. But since the residents are in the building, they could say, well, I'm not really harassing him. I live in this building. So we're just bumping into each other every day 3-4 times for the last 10 years. That's the irony of it all. But what are you going to do, right? You got to stay cool and just, you know, carry on, move forward, and try to make things better for you, right? Sometimes we're stressed, you know, we may say offensive things that we don't mean, or they just come out, or maybe we do mean them, but we didn't want to say them, and it just came out because of all the pressure that we're under. Sometimes we're just quiet and in a good mood. We're normal human beings just like everybody else. We have our days, ups and downs. That's the way it goes, right? But overall, it's been, you know, pretty quiet. Still, you know, working on my plans. There's got to be someone in my face, not in the lobby or outside as soon as I come out. This place is busier than the Hilton. It's the same people. Look, there you go. Was I wrong or what? Was I wrong? Tell me if I was wrong. And they're usually, lately I've been seeing people that I've never seen in my life. I mean, this place is worse than a hotel. What I think they do is they bring into this area a lot of people that don't live around here. They always like to keep the garbage outside for me to look at it when I leave. As you know, the garbage truck greets me on the road at least a couple times a day. They follow me around actually sometimes. I don't know what they're insinuating with that, or trying to make me feel disgusted all the time. That's the reason why usually on my trail they have really nasty things thrown on the floor. Either it's, you know, throwing up or whatever. Look, even across the street over there, they greet me with two sitting. Don't forget it's a Sunday. So we're just documenting what we're seeing in our surroundings. So we're cool, you know. And you're definitely going to see from, there we go. You see the first one walking up by the bus stop over there. I definitely have to see this in front of me everywhere I go. And it's intentional, you could see it. It's the way they're timed, one after the other. Look how they're moving. I never put the camera on any of these guys and they're standing still. They have to be moving, pretending that they're on their way to look for the bus to see if it's coming. And they turn back and look too, to make sure I'm here. They get a signal on their phone. This is, gang stalking is police. The police takes care of most of it for the community. There are a lot of agencies too that play on with it, but obviously it's the police department that controls all of this and spreads all the rumors about me to the neighborhood and make me look like this, the most evil guy. Look at how this guy's moving. He's gonna keep on moving. Look at me and keep on moving back and forth. He's not gonna stand still. Look, he's moving still. He's gonna keep on moving. They have to keep moving. They won't stand still. Because it's, the idea is for me to look at things moving all the time. Another guy at the corner over there. Look at the amount of cars. Guys, it's a Sunday. From a walk from my building to the store, I should barely see anybody and any cars. Not this business, at least. But I told you to expect this, right? I got someone walking towards me. See, it's the walking towards you and walking with you, beside you. They time it in a way, guys. You got to look at the timing. It's not mysteriously just walking down the street and bumping into these people. It's not like that. If you watch the videos carefully, you'll notice. There you go. One comes out over there. She's on the street now, and she crosses in front of me. It's these things, like I said, how you notice that this is set up and fake. You always see, in my view, things moving like this, always. There's always got to be things pacing in front of me, whether it's anything. That's why the cars enter the buildings and exit a lot while I'm walking here. I always see cars entering and exiting because they want me to see that. That's what stresses you out. That's gang stalking. And they do it on purpose so they can stand in the middle of the street and wait for the other cars, so they're still in your way. They won't get out of there fast. So it's very sneaky. Look, there's another weirdo over here. What he's doing, walking around the building on a Sunday morning. I guess he's enjoying the beautiful weather with shorts on. At least he's not wearing his usual skirt. You guys know what I mean when I say that, right? Guys, people that are not free to speak their mind are wearing skirts. Alright? In this society that we live in, speaking your mind is a fantasy. Like Malcolm X said, it's not a democracy, it's a hypocrisy. And he's right. Yeah. Same guy at the bus stop, remember? I told you can't stop moving. Same guy. This guy lives in my building. He's always stalking me. Doesn't matter. I said, what's up? But that's what Malcolm X said. Look over there. People coming out of the store. They're cutting grass on a Sunday and making noise. Why? Because they can't do construction today. Look at him moving. Look at his arm. Back and forth. Have to keep moving in front of me. Cars driving in. That's gang stalking, guys. That guy with the bright shirt over there. Like, I know people wear bright shirts, but those are gang stalking colors, they call them. They want to either carry bright pink bags or bright colors to grab your attention from far away. So, all these people that I bumped into, these are all stalkers, guys. They're not normal people carrying on their activities. That's what I used to think back in the days before I woke up to all this. And the quantity of birds that you see around me wherever I go, there's always birds singing. I know a lot of people made fun of me on this one. They told me you're nuts. I'm not, guys. They train the birds. They do. You can train birds. Talk to people, okay, that do train birds. Ask them if that's possible and they'll tell you. All right? Like, I know certain areas, they have birds in them. Pigeons, whatever. You know, the pigeons, they usually feed them over there. Not today, on Sunday. I don't even know where they are, the pigeons today. It's the first time I don't see them. Always. There's always bird feed on the floor when I pass by here, the pigeons. Always. As soon as I leave my building, they start feeding them. I made enough videos on those. You can't tell me I'm crazy on that one because you could see the bird feed on the floor and the pigeons eating. Every time I leave the building. And this plaza, which should have barely anybody in it on a Sunday, you'll see cars moving and people coming in and out. It's nuts. It's just madness for me to always see movement in front of me. Even the amount of cars that are never going to start coming out of the stores, watch. At least one or two will come out. Usually. That's how it is. And there's always an open door in front of me. One of these doors is open. You got to remember, gang stalking is putting things in your way. They're trying to hamper your process in life. They're trying to block you from moving forward. That's the idea. Why the government does this to you. They're afraid of you because you're intelligent, you're smart, and you have conviction.